Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm here with the legendary Dave Friedman. Dave, how you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. We are here at Boutique Amp Distribution. We're going to talk about some of the new stuff and kind of shoot the shit a little bit.
Great.
Because I feel like that's what we should do. And also, it's kind of a shoot the shit-y environment. So we're going to hang a little bit. I just learned about this amplifier. I had no idea the JakeELee amp was coming out. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
So about a year ago, Jake went on tour with Red Dragon Cartel.
Yeah.
And we loaned him an amplifier that he had never tried before. And he got it the day before he left.
Oh, wow.
Used it in rehearsal and went, okay, I'm taking it.
Does that happen a lot? Well,
no, it was really late in the game. Like, I had been wanting to do that with him for a while, and a mutual friend was hooking us up together. And I mean, literally the week, hey, we're in rehearsals now. If you wanted to send an amp, and this was like on a Tuesday, right?
Oh.
And we're leaving on tour Monday. So, let me get an amp to you. So we hurried it up and sent it like one day. Right?
Was this a production amp?
This was the small box head that we have. So we hurried up and sent it out.
Yeah.
Well, they missed the cutoff at FedEx by a day. So instead of getting there Friday, thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Instead of getting there Friday, it got there Monday, the day they're leaving.
Oh, man.
So they literally unboxed it, plugged it in, and the way Jake tells the story, he's like, yeah, I was perfectly happy with what I was using, but, our mutual friend said, I got to try this. And I was like, well, I'm fine with what I was. He goes, and then I plugged it in. Exactly. He's like, oh my God, yeah. And he took it. And then, of course, he's like, I need a 100-watt one.
Of course.
Because he's an old school player.
Yep.
And he likes to play with volume.
He plays with, like, a lot of cabs, does he not?
Well, he uses two cabs, but they're kind of interesting the way they're pointed. They're pointed at an angle. So
yes.
One cab faces the singer, essentially.
I don't know how that works.
For singer punishment.
Oof.
And then one cab basically faces the monitor guy. For monitor guy punishment. He stands in the middle where he doesn't get any direct beaming of those cabs.
That's where it sounds probably pretty damn good.
It does sound good that way. I actually tried it at my shop that way with him. And I'm like, oh, this sounds cool this way.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Pseudo stereo.
So he wanted a 100-watt because he runs this amp on 10.
What? Really? Like full tilt? Lord.
In clubs, or large clubs.
Can the speakers handle that?
Well, it's two cabs, so yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, they can. So it's two 25-watt greenback cabinets that he uses. He runs it on 10. So essentially, I made him a 100-watt amp, and it was a prototype. It was basically a 100-watt version of the small box. Well, that progressed a little bit after having it on the road. He goes, okay, I love the Plexi channel. I run it on 10 like a real Plexi. And, but I want the other channel to be, and he gave me some, descriptive words.
Yeah.
And, okay, great. Come full circle. We kind of come up with this, which I surprised him with when he showed up here on Thursday. 2 separate channels. So you have Plexi channel and a higher gain channel. Separate gains, masters, EQs, everything. The higher gain channel can do more like 800-ish tones in the lower gain mode. And in the upper gain mode, it's more of the kind of the Ozzy era pushed 800 style.
Is that what he used in that area? Do you know? I don't.
Well, I've heard a couple
actually.
things. I heard on the record that it was a Jose modded Marshall pushed with the overdrive pedal a little bit.
Okay.
On tour, it was an 800 pushed with an old OD1 Boss.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, and if you know anything about those, that they just tighten it all up and
absolutely,
and just give it a cut,
Yeah.
At least that's what he remembers.
Sure.
So basically, you get all the era tones for all his period bands. For current to the second band.
Red Dragon Cartel?
No.
Oh.
After Ozzy, thank you, Badlands.
There you go. Thank you.
I just had mental block. Done too many videos today.
A lot of
mental
videos
block
of that.
there. And it does all those tonalities really well.
Cool.
There'll be a little video we'll release, little teaser video for the amp with him.
Oh, did you shoot something with him?
Informally.
Cool.
The making of, sort of in the shop with the camera audio, so don't expect it's not a overly produced video.
It's a hang.
A little camera audio, it's a hang. We're hanging out,
Cool.
talking about a few things.
Okay.
And he plays a little bit, and it was fun to hear him play "Bark at the Moon" through it.
Play it correctly.
Played it correctly.
Unlike you, all you other cover song YouTubers. We see you. Okay.
Not an easy. When you watch him play it, too,
No.
when you watch him play it in person, right there, you're just like, that's not a simple
No.
riff by any imagination at all. Just
He
like,
has so many
not-
small little intricacies that he does.
That's really cool when especially when you're watching it that close.
And his chordings are just.
And I was sitting there just watching it, going, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And it sounds unmistakable. You just
Yeah.
hear it, and you're just like, "Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard it right."
Okay. Now, another player of that era, Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens,
So this is a V2.
V2. So what's different about V2?
Yeah.
Has been, well, we'll start. The lead channel, or the boosted channel
Yep.
on it, now has a separate gain and master along the lines of our
Okay.
B Deluxe.
Yes.
Still has the same clean channel.
Which is a great
The
clean.
overdrive channels were voiced slightly different. Tiny bit tighter than the original SS.
Is that for his taste? That
For
has
his
matured?
taste. Hmm. Yeah, he just wanted it changed up a little bit.
Okay.
He found his taste changing a
Okay.
bit. A little tighter, a little more percussive. You also have a thump knob on it now, which is also
Huge fan.
a kind of a ported over feature from the B Deluxe.
Yes.
And an overall system volume. So this is basically it's like the Deluxe Steve Stevens version, so to speak, you know.
Boy, that V1 was.
And we
just
changed the
great.
whole look. Blacked out, black piping, black everything, pretty much.
Black is the new black, as they say.
And a nice little, if it was on, it's a purplish, bluish.
Oh, I love that.
It sort of changes depending on how you look at it.
I love that.
So, like, if you're off to the side, you're like, oh, it's purple.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's blue. Oh, it's kind of white. No, wait. What color is it?
Does he run these at 10 too? Like Jake?
He runs them quite loud.
Does he?
Not on 10. But
Oof.
loud, like 6.
Oof. That's still enough to kill small animals.
Absolutely. Friedman. Murdering small animals.
Okay.
That's a t-shirt, I think.
You know what? We're gonna talk off camera. That's a merch idea. And then tell me about this little guy.
So, no one knew, but Dirty Shirley had a twin sister.
What?
Yes. So that's the new twin sister amp.
Is it?
Why
really
is it called Twin Sister?
Well, it is called Twin
It
Sister.
is called Twin Sister. Well, it's a Dirty Shirley.
Yeah.
That there's a duplicate of it. There's two full
Two.
channels, complete full channels. So you have the gain structure switch, the gain, the master, the full EQ
Oh.
for each channel. So duplicates.
I
They
love
can be
that.
whatever you want them to be.
Okay.
So with the gain structure switch on that amp, you can make it clean, you can make it semi-broken up, you can make it higher gain. It's not a super high gain amp, it is more of a classic sounding amp.
Mm-hmm.
It's for all those players that really want sort of that JTM 45, old school Marshall. They're not a big, heavy,
It's not crazy high.
It's not a
gain.
drop tune amp,
It's not for 8 strings.
It's not for 8
What?
strings. But we added a few twists to it also. We added a deep knob, which is like a thump knob.
Yep.
Normally in the Dirty Shirley, that was preset at a certain amount internally in the amp. And we also added a bright switch on each channel, which tightens up the low end and gives it a little more of a high-mid push.
Okay.
Sort of similar to what maybe a boost pedal would do. Without really boosting the gain, it sort of is just EQing
Has that
it,
shape? Yeah.
shaping it so it's a little...
Okay.
So if you did want to get a little more aggressive than the old one, you can do it.
Okay.
So a little tighter,
That's cool. I love the
So,
aesthetic.
And with a Strat or Tele or
Mm.
people that use a lot of different, guitars and need a bunch of different sounds, you can basically dial either of these channels in to be whatever you want them to.
Okay. And what is this powered with?
50 to 81 power tubes.
Oh.
So it's, we call it 40 watts, but it's 40 to 50 watts.
It's a little,
really.
yeah.
It's a little more
Okay.
than what we say. It will do the Dirty Shirley sound exactly, verbatim. It's
Yep.
the same. And it will do a little bit further tone shaping.
Because there are two of them.
And there's two of them, and what's better than twins?
Nothing. Nothing, Dave. Okay, before we go,
one more.
We have the small box.
We have the small box pedal. So that it's pretty much what it says.
Insert cut shot.
It's a small box pedal. It does all the tones from our small box amplifier. It'll do the plexi tones. It will do the higher gain versions of it. It has a fully cute presence, treble, mid, bass.
Oh, I see, yeah.
In about a quarter of the way up in the gain, it does the plexi channel on 10 kind of thing. So it does that AC/DC sort of thing, and then goes up from there.
Okay.
On the side, there's a gain structure switch, so it changes the range the gain pop will get.
Okay.
It's not a rehash BE pedal either. It's definitely a different sounding, distinctly different sounding pedal.
Okay.
Ideally suited to go into clean amps, but will also boost nicely into already broken up amp.
And could you also use this with like a power amp box? Like use this as
you can. It works pretty well. Works pretty well with that, depending on how that power amp sounds.
Yes.
So
like in an effects return of an amp.
Totally, absolutely. In fact, when I was doing the tweaking on that pedal, I had the small box preamp, and I was A/Bing between the pedal and that into the same power section.
Oh, okay.
And I got to a point where it was like, yeah, I can't really tell.
Okay. All right. And
super cool pedal.
So with all of these amps, you are known for dialing in and having amps that are just insane guitar tones. Name me an album whose guitar tone you absolutely love. A classic album, old album, new album, something that you are just like, for example, when Dave Friedman is in his car, when you stop, what makes you stop and go, that's pretty cool?
I like a lot of things. So if we're talking all-time classic, one of the best guitar tones of all time, Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen 2.
2, not 1.
I like 2, not 1.
Not 1.
2 is better than 1.
Oh. Okay.
For me.
Okay.
Yeah. I also like the songs on 2 are great. There's a lot of albums from him that were great, but there was a lot of great guitar tones. That's tough to nail down. If I had to pick my one all-time favorite,
just one of them.
If I had to pick my all-time favorite guitar tone, it was that. It was just that blown-up sounding aggressive Marshall.
That was my
bright and just.
Van Halen 2 is my father's favorite Van Halen album as well. So growing up, I used to sit there and stare at it in the back. Platforms, yeah. All right, cool.
Now I feel old.
No. You shouldn't feel old. I'm old. Dave, thank you so much for your time today. All right. If you have any questions for Dave, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll text Dave and ask him, and then I answer you guys. Much to, I'll just annoy the hell out of him.
That's fine.
Fluff and Dave are out. See you guys.
See ya.
Video's over. I hope it was good. I mean, if it wasn't good, I apologize. But if it was good, you're welcome.